So yeah, I decided to make this shit a two-part episode because I didn't like leaving it like that. Uh, basically, I've got somewhat of a plan to try and figure out this shit and get myself on track and start doing what I know I need to do. I guess it's really not so much of a plan of how to fix everything, but more of a plan on how to attempt to learn what I need to learn to fix what I need to fix. Now I know the obvious things, people are going to say is get a fucking job. And, I completely agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to make a mole or like a mountain out of certain molehills here, or make light of certain situations, or make people feel sorry, or act like I'm more fucked up than I am. Because in all honesty, I don't know how fucked up I am. I don't know how much damage I've done psychologically in the name of trying to heal myself psychologically. I was doing good for a couple of years, thought I was making excellent progress, and then, they say too much of a good thing, it never works out right. And so I don't know how fucked up I am mentally. And like I said, I don't feel like I can trust my own mind to be honest with itself, to be honest with me, because it should not have shocked me. It should not have shocked me so fucking hard, when I sit there and I come to the conclusion, I come to the realization that I'm using people. This poor girl that's letting me stay with her now, she is a super nice person, but she is 9 years younger than me. I'm 32. She shouldn't have to be fucking taking care of my ass. The whole plan was I was gonna get a job, get on my feet. That's the fucking plan every time. It's been the plan every fucking time. So why don't I do it? I don't like feeling like this. I don't like doing this to people. I feel like shit. I feel guilty as fuck. And fucking there's people up there. God damn it. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. No, it's not. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. Who the fuck is outside at this time of day in the cold? But anyway, it's like I've gotten so good at ignoring my own negative behavior patterns, and I spend all of my time focusing on my dreams, focusing on my goals, focusing on tomorrow, and never doing anything today. But I never do anything today to accomplish any of that shit. I sit down, I start writing, I get fucking 4 or 5 sentences into it, and I realize I don't know how to write. I'm not a good writer. That shit doesn't just happen overnight. You gotta practice, and I'm too fucking lazy to practice. So will I ever do it? I don't know. My whole life, especially the last handful of years, I've been so confident that it's just gonna happen. That one day, I'm just gonna come up with an idea, it's gonna be easy, I'm gonna do it, and bam, success. Just like that. It doesn't work like that. I don't know how I managed to get my mind to fill these loopholes and to fill these gaps with bullshit and keep, I don't know how the ship hasn't sunk. The ship has been sinking, you know? I've got this terrible thing that I say, you know, it's gone back a few years. Every time something awful happens to me, or every time something awful happens as a result of my poor decision making, because let's be honest here, terrible things don't just happen to me. Terrible things happen to me because I'm a lazy ass motherfucker and I haven't done anything to solve the situation. But every time a new terrible thing comes up and I go through it and I get out on the other end, I tell myself, I still haven't hit rock bottom yet. I haven't. You know, I go to jail for something stupid, nothing terrible. But you know, you think jail's supposed to be a wake-up call. And it usually is with certain behaviors. Get out of jail or whatever, and certain behaviors that I know I have to stop, you know, like drug use or whatever, as far as meth and, you know, the heavier shit that I ain't talking about right now. I'll change some of my behaviors. But, you know, get out of jail. I gotta walk 5 miles in the October rain just to get to my fucking car. Tell myself that's not ground bottom. That's not rock bottom either. I get to my car, fucking battery's dead. My cat's locked inside. He was in there all weekend. Wasn't expecting to get arrested. So I spend an hour in the parking lot of this grocery trying to flag down people to help me out and start my car. I tell myself that's not rock bottom either. I get home after all this shit. I get in the house. I fall down the stairs because my fucking flip-flops are wet. I'm on the floor at the bottom of the staircase in the basement, and about a half inch of sewage water because the fucking basement would flood. I tell myself then, I'm still not at rock bottom. I go in my fucking little hole, a little fucking dungeon in the goddamn basement that's about a fourth of the size of a jail cell. I felt like I had room in jail. Keep in mind, this was a couple of years ago. I'm not currently living like this, but, you know, it's depressing as fuck down there in that hole in the basement. And my brother lives in the basement, so I'd have to leave my little hole in the wall, walk through his room all the time just to get upstairs to use the bathroom or to take any garbage out. And I just got depressed and I stopped doing it. I was, you know, drinking cough syrup every couple of days as often as I could. And I was paying $500 a month to rent this fucking shithole from my dad. And my dad wasn't working, mind you. My dad hasn't worked in over 10 years. He's a piece of shit. Don't let any of my family tell you I've been fucking bitching. Or tell them, don't fuck to you, whatever. He's lucky just a couple months ago, he had a fucking hammer in his hand and he was about to swing it at my goddamn head. We'll save that for a different story. But, so he wants $500 a month for this fucking shithole. And I'm working, paying it to him. And I'm just getting high. Spending my money on weed and cough syrup. And because when you down 2 or 3 bottles of that shit, you go into a whole new universe in your mind. You put some music in, you close your eyes, and you can leave the world. And I went in there and I started building my own world. You know, every time I went back, I added on to it. you know, and I would listen to podcasts. This is one of the reasons why podcasting is so important to me, because, God damn, I'm almost out of time again. But podcasting is so important to me because during this time of my life where I was miserable, felt alone, I was terrified, didn't have anybody that I could really confide in. All I wanted was a fucking hug. Really all I wanted was a girlfriend, you know, to give me a reason to fight for life in general. Like, I wasn't suicidal. I just had no drive to live. I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to go out and accomplish anything either, because what was the point when it's just me? So I was fucked up constantly. And all I had was the Joe Rogan Experience and, you know, Facebook. And, you know, that shit probably saved my life. And I can't express, I mean, those things are still the only shit I got going for me. I won't say it like that. It's not the only thing I got going for me. It's the only thing going that makes me want to keep doing something. You guys are the, because I don't know how to find purpose for myself. So I find it in you guys. I'm so fucked up. I don't know what to do. I just want to live like everyone else. I want to be, you know, productive member of society. But I can't fucking stand working in a factory anymore. It kills me. Like, and I'm not trying to be just like a fucking pussy ass bitch. I know everyone has to do it. I've done it. It seriously, it crushes me. And I'll do it for 6 months to a year. But usually when I'm working, it's the other thing. Usually when I'm working, that's when I'm doing the most drugs. Except for last year, or this last summer, they were just always there. Everyone was doing meth. It's everywhere. But, I don't know. I'm an emotional wreck right now. Part of me wonders if I might not be, you know, bipolar on some level, because I go through these highs where I'm going to conquer the world with my creative projects, you know, with Karma Soldiers, with the podcast. Got all these things I'm trying to do, you know, to make it. But then, inevitably, the cycle, you know, continues. And I sit here and I have to face who I really am and how I've been living. And I don't know if I have faith in that person. I don't know if I have the belief in myself that you guys do. And I want to find that belief. And so I think I'm going to fucking start doing a video diary and document my journey through this shit. You know, I'm always talking about making documentaries. I think the first type thing I make should be a focus on myself. You know, because I just want to put it out there. You know, I know you guys are interested. You like watching that type of shit. You want like getting to know me, so I think I'm going to start with that. Practice my film skills on myself and see where we go, but I'm running out of time again. Peace.